In today's session, we'll give you an overview of business intelligence, because if you say you are a Power BI developer, you should be knowing what is business intelligence is all about. And then we'll move on with helping you to understanding what is Power BI and why Power BI, why not other self-service business intelligence tools like Tableau, ClickView, and so on. Next up, we'll take a look at the different components of Power BI and we'll take a deep dive in each component. Following this, we'll help you how to install Power BI desktop and how to set up Power BI cloud service. First thing first, what is business intelligence? Business intelligence is nothing but a set of processes, technologies, architectures, using which we convert the raw data into meaningful insights. And also, you should be knowing the business intelligence concepts in depth. We will cover the business intelligence concepts in depth later sometime. In the later part of the sessions, we'll cover business intelligence concepts in detail. Okay. The next one is we will see what is Power BI. Power BI is Microsoft product, and it is a business intelligence and data visualization tool for converting the data from various data sources into interactive dashboards and analysis reports. This tool offers cloud-based services for interactive visualizations with a simple interface. And this tool was conceptualized by Ruler and Durs. They are part of SQL Server coverage services team at Microsoft. They are the one instrumental in developing the Power BI software. The first version of this tool got released on 2015. And Power BI is a business intelligence tool. Rather than saying business intelligence tool, what Microsoft says, it is a self-service business intelligence tool. What do you mean by self-service in business intelligence tool? Which means even a layman can start develop basic simple reports and dashboards with minimal Excel working knowledge. You don't need to be a tech savvy to learn Power BI, but that doesn't mean Power BI is very simple. If you want to develop if you want to perform advanced analytics, or if you wanted to if you want to share your reports, or if you want to learn the advanced concepts, it requires the learning curve is little bit steep. I wouldn't say it is very complex, little bit steep, but that's where we are here to help you to reduce your learning curve. Next up, what is Power BI? Sorry, why Power BI? Why should I learn Power BI? Why customers are after this Power BI tool? The number one reason is cost. The cost is very cheaper compared to other self-service business intelligence tool that are available in this market. The other reason is self-service. As I told you, any layman with basic Excel working knowledge, they can also start develop the simple dashboards and reports using Power BI tool. And other important reasons, number of features. The features supported by Power BI tool is awesome. Okay, because in Power BI, close to 1,200 built-in functions are available. With this built-in functions, you can perform advanced analytics. Okay, and to get interesting insights, obviously you need to perform advanced analytics. In order to perform advanced analytics and also to ease your analysis process, you need to learn advanced functions. Those functions such as DAX and M functions that are available as part of Power BI, close to 1,200 built-in functions are available, and also close to 200 plus visuals are available as part of Power BI. A lot of charts are available in Power BI tool. Okay, the next one is the data connectivity. When it comes to data connectivity, close to 100 data sources or 100 plus data sources you should be able to connect with Power BI. So you, for example, Oracle or Hadoop or you name it anything, you can connect to any type of source systems, Impala, Apache Cassandra or HDFS or SQL Server, Analytics Services, SQL Server, and or if you want to connect to the Hadoop file system, everything is possible with Power BI because it provides 100 different it provides 100 different connectors to connect to Hive, including Hive and Parquet. Okay, so you can pull the data from structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data sources using Power BI. It has a greater capability in terms of data connectivity. Next, we'll take a look at the Power BI architecture. Power BI, if you look at here, the Power BI desktop. So once you download the Power BI desktop software from the Microsoft website, and if you install it, you can, you will be up and running because it doesn't require any licensing cost. It is free of cost, and there is no limitation with respect to the duration. Okay, it is not a trial version. They give the original version of Power BI desktop itself. You can use it as long as you want it. But the only thing is you need to keep a close tab with the Microsoft blogs because they once in 2 months or so they keep release new versions or new release of Power BI software. To keep in sync with their thing, right? So you need to go ahead and download the latest version every once in 2 months also, so that you can exploit the new features or leverage all the new features introduced as of that time. Okay, so in Power BI, using Power BI desktop, we can connect to, as I told you, right, we can connect to any type of data sources. You can connect to the CRM cloud software, the Salesforce CRM cloud software. You can connect it to that, and then you can pull the data from there. And Azure SQL database, you can pull the data. And let's say you are pulling the data from heterogeneous source system, and then using Power BI desktop, you blend all these data and you clean the data, and then you apply the business rule or business or the business logic to pre-process the data. Once you pre-process the data using Power BI desktop, you can create dashboard. So why should I do the pre-processing? Because pre-processing one of the important step as part of the business intelligence. Unless the data is clean, you cannot create the report. You should be able to create the report still, but it is something like there is a saying, garbage in, garbage out. Okay, so hence you need to clean the data in case of any missing data, or in case of any data standardization related issues, any if you find any inconsistent data, in case of any outliers in your data set, in case of any duplicate records, you need to address everything, and also make sure that the data type conversion, you need to do it, because when Power BI reads the data from, like other programming languages like Python, other programs, when it reads the data from other source system, and when it converts them, it assigns the data types by default to all the columns in the data set. So the data types sometimes what will happen is, for example, in the case of date column, instead of assigning a date data type, it assigns text data type. So you need to do some kind of data type conversion. Everything you can do it with Power BI itself. The data transformation, data pre-processing, everything you can do it using Power BI desktop. The next step is once the data is processed, you are good to go ahead with create reports, and you can publish those reports on Power BI service. This is a cloud. So how do I publish the report which I created in my Power BI desktop to the cloud? So there is a simple, there is a button is available in the Power BI desktop tool. I just show you, I just open the Power BI desktop. Since I already installed, I'll help you how to install Power BI desktop, don't worry. Look here, I just open the latest version of this one. So there is a button called publish that is available in this software, Power BI desktop software. So when you click on this, the report will get published to your Power BI service. In order to publish your report on the Power BI service, which is nothing but the cloud, you need to create a username and password on their cloud. Okay, so I'll show you that one also, how to set up the cloud service. So once you have the login credentials, when you just click on the publish button, your report will get published on the cloud. Once your report is available on the cloud, people across the globe within your organization can access anytime from anywhere with any devices, be it a laptop or be it a desktop, be it a tablet or be it a smartphone. You can access this report from anywhere at any time. And also you can see something Power BI gateway. Okay, so the Power BI gateway is very much helpful in terms of shipping your report and data in a secure way to the cloud. And also the Power BI gateway, using which we can refresh the data in your report. For example, you are a sales manager. You wanted to see the daily sales report. Okay, you wanted to view the sales report on a daily basis. Your report has already been published on cloud. Every day the data in the report should get refreshed automatically. Okay, I can open my report even on the cloud. I should be able to open the report. I have an option called auto refresh. When I click on the auto refresh, it will get the data in the report will get refreshed. So it will show the current data. Today, let's say today's data it shows. Tomorrow when I open the report, it will show tomorrow's data when I click on the auto refresh. But do you think it is practical to open the report on a daily basis to refresh the data that are part of your report by clicking on the auto refresh icon? It is not possible. If it is a one report, fine. If you have 200 reports, companies like Walmart or Target and Amazon, every day close to 600 to 800 reports they are generating it, the corporate office itself. Okay, so that's when the Power BI gateway comes into picture. Using Power BI gateway, you can enable the data refresh in your report. You can schedule it. You can schedule the incremental data refresh or one-time refresh. Okay, daily data refresh or weekly refresh, monthly refresh. You can schedule all kind of data refresh using Power BI gateway. So it will enable you to refresh. It will enable you to schedule the data refresh. What is data refresh? To refresh the data in your report, all your reports. Okay, whichever reports you want, you need to go ahead and schedule it here. Hope you got a high level view of the components that are part of the Power BI tool. Now let us take a deep dive in understanding what each component is all about. The Power BI desktop, which I showed you here, that is there in your laptop or desktop. Once you download it and install it, it will be there in your. Okay, this is my Power BI desktop. When you click cross here, you can see like this. Okay, this is my Power BI desktop, and this Power BI desktop is a holistic one. Okay, this Power BI desktop, it's a holistic development tool for Power Query, Power Pivot, and Power View. Power Pivot, Power View, and Power Query. So don't worry, I'll explain you all these things in a little later. So Power BI desktop, using which we can perform ETL operations. What is ETL operations? E stands for extract, T stands for extract, T stands for L stands for load. In simple term, using ETL, we do the data pre-processing. The simple common sense is to develop any report or dashboard, you need to have a data. Okay, the data may come from different sources with different format, XML file, JSON file, Parquet file, or SSAS data with the cube, or it could be database SQL Server table. The data can be in different format, irrespective of the different types of sources, different type of format. Okay, file format. The data should be clean, right? It should be usable, or it should be converted in a usable form. Okay, it should be convertible. We need to convert it in a usable form. That's where the ETL process comes into picture. So once you pre-process, see, having the data is not sufficient. Data should be usable, isn't it? It should be clean, and it should be, it should meet the developers' expectations, or based on the requirements, right? Based on your reporting requirements, you need to have the proper columns and proper data type. So for that, you need to do data pre-processing. Once you process the data, using Power BI desktop itself, you can develop reports. Fine. So now you understood what is Power BI desktop at an high level. And next one is Power BI service. So once you develop a report in your Power BI desktop, you can publish it on cloud. So in Power BI, we can develop interactive report, interactive dashboards. Okay. So, and also once you develop your report or dashboards, you can share it or collaborate with your stakeholders across your organization, or with, you can share it across your, different line of managers. And also it offers admin control. You can create different users, and you can restrict restrict the reports to enable only specific users to view those reports. Okay, and the Power BI service, you don't have to install it. You don't have to install it. It doesn't require any installation. So all you need to have is a browser. You need a Power BI credentials. Now Power BI service, right away, okay, in order to create the credentials, you need to have the official email ID. Without official email ID, you cannot create the credentials from the from Power BI service. And I will show you little later. Next one is Power BI data gateway. What is gateway? It is a software. Power BI gateway is a software. It is required to access data situated in an on-premises network. So what do you mean by on-premises network? So this is my on-premises. At this moment, you just think, my laptop is the on-premises local server. Okay, so this is my office. In my office, whatever I have different employees. They are creating the reports, and the data is also available in my laptop in my local server. In order to ship this data to the cloud, okay, the reports, whatever we develop it locally, right, along with the report and data will get shipped automatically to the cloud by BI data gateway, Power BI data gateway. When you publish it, right, let's say you developed a report using the data and reports, everything is lying in your local server. And if you wanted to, when you publish this report to cloud, Power BI service, right, when you publish it to cloud, the data gateway is coming into picture. So is the one helpful to ship your the report along with the data to the cloud in a secured way. Okay, and also if anyone needs to access on-premises data from cloud or web-based app, the request goes through the data gateway. So once you deploy your report on the Power BI service, you need to refresh data in your reports also. For that purpose also, the data gateway plays a crucial role. For example, the way I developed the report, deployed it on the Power BI service. Next day, I want to see the updated data in the report. So we can enable auto refresh also, but it is not practically possible. Every day you cannot manually refresh it. So what can you do? So using data gateway, we can schedule the data refresh. It helps us to enable the scheduled data refresh, data sets, reports, dashboards. That is the whole idea of having this component as part of our architecture. The next one is report server. It is an on-premises Power BI. It is an alternative to the Power BI service. Using Power BI service, you can develop dashboards. You remember this. This is important. Using Power BI desktop, you can develop reports only. Many of them, they still think, they can develop a dashboard as part of Power BI. And there is a difference between reports and dashboards. Probably will help you to understand the difference between these two later in the later sessions. Okay, because if I cover everything in one session, it is too much for you to digest. Okay. At this moment, yeah, you just think using Power BI service in addition to publishing the data on cloud and enabling the reports users to access only the specific reports and sharing the reports across various relevant stakeholders within your organization. And also you can develop dashboards using Power BI service, but using report server you cannot develop dashboards. You can develop reports. Okay, but if you want to use report server, it is a licensed one. It is not a free of charge. It's a licensed one, and you need to then now the question is, since report server is an alternative to Power BI service, why should I use Power BI service? We cannot develop a dashboard here. There is a limitation here. Then why should I use report server? There are some reports or some data you cannot publish it on cloud due to security reasons. Right? Due to security threat, certain data or report you cannot publish on cloud. Okay, so that's when the report server is very much helpful. You can, let's say you have a server, you in your company they purchased a server, so all the highly sensitive reports and data will be stored in your local server, in your company server, not on cloud. Okay, so people across the globe, still they should be intranet. Intranet, most of the companies they use intranet. Everyone is using intranet. So using intranet they can access those highly sensitive reports, right? So via intranet they can access it. And okay, the next one is Power BI mobile app. The mobile app, so mobile app, right? Using mobile app, you can view the reports or dashboards or scorecards from your mobile app. You can use Google Play Store to install Power BI mobile app, and you can access the reports that are published on cloud. Dashboards also you can view it, right? So dashboards, reports, or any Power BI content. Power BI content. What is Power BI content? Content which includes reports, dashboards, scorecards, etc. Okay, these are called Power BI content. Using your mobile app, you can view all these Power BI contents. And report builder. So what is report builder? So we have already discussed about report server. You can publish your highly sensitive reports inside your org server. Okay, for that purpose we use report server. But report builder is used to develop the paginated reports. Paginated reports. What do you mean by paginated reports? Pixel perfect reports. Pixel perfect reports. Next question is, what is pixel perfect reports? Okay, the paginate reports are basically the pixel perfect reports. It means, for example, your invoices, delivery notes, receipts, right? These reports are the fixed format, right? So in those kind of, if you want to create some fixed format report, in that kind of situation, you can go for Power BI report builder. The next one is the Power BI embedded. It basically enable the integration of Power BI reports and dashboards in other tools. Other tools, what do you mean by other tools? If you want to integrate your Power BI report in SharePoint, CRM, or any ERP tool, or let's say any website or any mobile app, you can do it with Power BI embedded. I'll show you how we embedded one of the Power BI report in our website. in this website, under this folder, we embedded a Power BI report. So this report already got published on the Power BI Service Cloud. I'll just show you now how to go to the Power BI. You have something called app.powerbi.com. Using this URL, you can go ahead and create a username. In order to create the username or register yourself on this site, you need to have the official email ID. Once you specify your official email ID, and with that you can create the username password. So in my case, I already specified the official email ID. With that, I'm able to connect it here. So once you connect it here, you can create, this is your cloud, Power BI service. This is where you can see, you can publish your reports. Okay, so in this case, I already published a report on this cloud, Power BI cloud. So whatever I published, I can embed it on my website also. You can embed it on your website, you can embed it on your blog or any CRM application and so on. Official email ID. Vaibhav, you don't have any official email ID? No, official email, your office email ID. Supposing you are working with HCL or Cognizant or Deloitte, right? So you can use only Gmail. Okay, you don't have official email ID. Any will help you out on that. Okay, so those do not have official email ID. If you are a student, right? We have another alternative, which our LMS support people can help you out, right? How to do that? We will ask them to help you out. Don't worry. Okay. Anyhow, now it is not required creating a credentials on this Power BI service. You will have to create it, but it is not. It's not that you need to do it immediately. Okay. So if you create it now, right? So this Power BI service, what they do is they give 60 days premium per user license access as a trial version. That is only for 60 days. Okay. If you create it now itself, the day one the clock starts. Okay. What I would suggest is after a week or so, if you start create it, you will not be approaching the 60 days very early at the earlier, right? So what it is, probably smartly next week or so you can create it. But anyhow, I'll ask them to help you out sometime next week to create the login credentials for the Power BI service. Okay, Power BI cloud. Don't worry. Now you understood all these components. Using Power BI embedded, you can embed your report which you published on cloud to your website or to your blog or to your ERP application or SharePoint and so on. So in order to embed this, right, with the SharePoint or CRM, right, or if you want to integrate with any other tool, you need to have programming knowledge like either C#, Java, Python, and so on. So once you develop a program to integrate or embed your Power BI report with various other applications, right? So using APIs, by providing the APIs, the users can call the reports using that API. Okay, so you can call Power BI API through any programming languages. What is an API? API stands for Application Programming Interface. Okay, so anyhow, we will discuss that later. Okay, it is too early to discuss so many things. I just give you an high-level overview. But even though it is a high-level overview, when it comes to the components, I explained you in detail. So what is the role of each components, right? What you can do with these components. Next, we will take a look at the Power BI desktop components. This is overall architecture related components. What are the offerings from Microsoft? That is what we have discussed it. The Power BI mobile app, report builder, embedded, report server, data gateway, all these are Microsoft's offerings. Okay, different offerings. And now let us take a look at the Power BI dashboard components. This is the Power BI desktop components. Okay, what components are there within this Power BI Desktop. This Power BI Desktop is a holistic development tool for Power Query, Power Pivot and Power View. So what is Power Query? Power Query is something like, I just show you here. I will load some data quickly. I'll explain everything, don't worry, how to load the data, everything. You have a get data icon here. When you look at this, right, it resembles our Excel get data icon, right? So in the case of Excel, if you wanted to open any other file, we use this icon, isn't it? So my Excel is also a Microsoft product. Power BI Desktop is also a Microsoft product. What Microsoft they did it to to enable even the Excel user to understand quickly the navigations and how to open the files. They kept the icons in resemblance with the Excel file. There are some icons, right? You can see it's somewhat similar to your Excel. So if you want to import any file, just click on the get data. Let's give some time. It takes it will take some time to load the data also. Look here, when you click on this get data, you can find all the options. To open Excel file, click on this one. And if you want to open Power BI data sets, data flows, database, everything will cover it. Don't worry. Excel workbook, you know that, right? So when you click on this, it will bring up a dialog box. That is where you need to select your file. Whichever file, Excel file you wanted to import it, you can just click on it. It will establish a connection with your Excel file. Before loading it, it create a connection with your Excel file, and then it opens the file. Before it loads the data in your Power BI Desktop tool, it will open the dialog box like this. And here you see within this Excel file, expenses.xlx, I have two sheets are there. Two different sheets are there within the single Excel file. If I want, I can choose both. If I want, choose any one of them. Okay. So in this case, I just want to use only this one. Click on load. Transform data, we'll see it later. If you click on cancel, it will not get loaded. I am going to click on load to load this data in my Power BI Desktop. It will take some time to load the Excel data into my Power BI Desktop. The moment it loads the data into Power BI Desktop, which means it loads the data into Power BI Desktop memory. Seven rows got loaded. Good. If you look at on the extreme right side, you will find something called fields pane. Under the fields pane, you can find the Excel file which we loaded just a while ago, right? So the expenses, you can find it here. But once you load any type of file, whether it's Excel or XML or JSON, you name it anything, okay? So once you load it into your Power BI memory, what will happen is it consider them as a table. Look here, along with this Excel sheet file, expenses, right? The sheet name expenses, and it shows the table icon. Okay. If you to expand this, right, you need to click on this arrow. When you click on this, you will find the columns, all the columns that are part of this table. You can see it here. Okay, good. So now I'm able to load the data here. With this, you can confirm that my data got loaded successfully. And also, while as soon as the data gets completed, in the right, it shows, right, data got loaded with so many rows, right? You can get that the window also. You can see it there. Notification window, right? So that's where we have seen it. And if you wanted to see the data inside the Power BI desktop, then you need to click on this icon. On the left side, if you can see, you have something called 3 icons. This is the one what we are seeing, right? So by default, you will, when you open the Power BI desktop, you can see this page. This is your report canvas. This is where we develop all the reports. But now I wanted to see the data, which got loaded as part of this one. For that, you need to go here, click on it. Look here, you can see the data here. If you want to see, along with the data, obviously you can see the column name also. If you wanted to see how many number of rows are there in this file, if you look at the bottom, left to lower bottom, you can see that 27 rows are there in this file. If you if you load more than one file, for example, you load customer file, right? The customer, if you click on the customer, it will show the customer related data. Fine. And we have another icon here, model. This is where you can see all the database related models. For example, this is the Excel file that I loaded it. It considered as a table, when it comes to Power BI desktop. So here you can see it as a table here. So this is where we do all kind of data model design to creating the relationship between tables. Everything we do it here. This is mandatory when it comes to Power BI software. So if you want to work on Power BI, you should be knowing data model design also. Don't worry, we will cover that one also as part of this training program. So 3 icons are there. One is for report view. Look here, I just go back to my Power View. The report view, the canvas what you see, this is called Power View. And next one is Power Query. So Power Query is, you can see something called transform data. If you click on this, it will open Power Query editor. This is called Power Query editor. This is where we do all kind of ETL process, cleaning the data. For example, for my data analysis, I don't need this column. If I wanted to remove it, just point the cursor in the middle of the column name, right click on it, click on remove. Done. Okay. So if you wanted to remove certain rows, if you want to remove some columns, if you want to change the data type, for example, I want this to be decimal. You just click on this icon and here decimal number. You can convert the data type. You can do all kind of data type conversion, removing the columns, keeping only the relevant columns. And if you want to rename the column name, renaming the column, all kind of, these are called data pre-processing. Okay. And right, in addition to that, we do lot other transformations. At this moment, you just understand renaming a column, changing the data type, removing the irrelevant columns, and also creating the new columns. These are called data transformation or data pre-processing. All the data pre-processing, we do it as part of Power Query editor. You just think Power Query editor is a kitchen. It's a kitchen. You bought all vegetables, you bought meat, you bought all vegetables. Now you need to clean your vegetable before you start cook, isn't it? So the chopping the vegetables, chopping the meat, and cleaning the vegetables, everything you do it as part of the Power Query editor. It is kind of a kitchen. Cleaning, everything you do it here. And once the data is ready, clean data, then what you need to do is, you need to come back here and then you start create the reports. Before you create the report, make sure that your data is processed well. Right, so the processing you do it as part of your kitchen. Kitchen in this case nothing but Power Query editor. That's what you can see here. Power Query. Using Power Query, you can clean your data, you can pre-process the data. Using Power View, you can create the report. And these two components are part of your Power BI desktop. In addition to that, we have Power Pivot. I showed you here the third icon, right? So model. This is where we do the data model design. Data model design, I don't know if you guys are aware of it. It is kind of the blueprint. Without blueprint, you cannot construct the house. And also, you know the repercussions if you create, construct a house without a proper, without having a blueprint, right? So it will have serious repercussions. Similarly, right, when it comes to software development, data model design is one of the important tasks, especially in the case of RDBMS, or even in the case of data warehouse. The data model design is very, very important. Okay, so this is kind of a blueprint. Okay, the blueprint is nothing but, this one is nothing but the power pivot. Blueprint is power pivot, kitchen is power query, power view is like your living room, right? So somebody is entering in your house, the first one is living room, hall, right? So the living room should be pleasing. Only then, as soon as the people comes into your house, they think, oh great, this house looks so pleasing, it's very nice, right? So using power view, you create the report, but before you create the report, you need to clean the data, right? So before you clean the data, you need to do the data model design. Sometimes, right, we first do the data model design. Here itself, we make sure that we keep only the relevant columns. Sometimes, with the interest of, let's you are working in a bigger project, a module requires, in a single module, we want to create 10 different reports. So in that case, we keep all the columns, all the relevant tables. We, as part of the data model design, we identify the key attributes, everything, and then we create the relationship, and then you do the cleaning. The next step is, once the data is clean, you develop the reports using Power View. So as part of Power BI Desktop, these are the three components that are available as part of Power BI Desktop itself. And next one is Power BI website. Once you create a report using Power View, you publish it on cloud. The next one is Power Map. The Power Map is using which you can get the picture of geospatial information in 3D data visualization tool. It works with something called Bing Map. In order to get good visualization, right, we use the Bing Map visual that is available as part of your Power BI. Look here, so you can find something called map here, right? So this is Bing Map. This is field map. This is Bing Map. So you can use either this or this, but Bing Map is very popular. Okay, so using which, right, you can get good visualization at geographical latitude and longitude, or even street address information also you can get it with the help of Bing Map. Next one is Power BI mobile apps. The Power BI mobile apps, right, the Microsoft, the mobile app, it is supported in Windows Phone, Apple Phone, Android Phone. It provides an interactive view of dashboards and reports in Power BI, using which you can share from a mobile app, right? Okay, so the reports, everything, you can share it using the mobile app. So these are the files, you can go ahead and download it to get started with Power BI. At this moment, I would suggest you all to download and install Power BI Desktop. Let's start with this one. You can create the Power BI service probably after a week or so. I will also help you out on this one. The data gateway, as I explained to you earlier, right? So using which you can, so you need to have a data gateway installed in your Power BI in your laptop. Okay, so only with this one, right? Only when this one is running at the background, you should be able to publish your report on cloud. Without which you cannot publish it on cloud. Yeah, we'll discuss that one later. So everything is available on our website. Don't worry. Okay, it's all available on our website. Our LMS guys will help you out how to navigate everything, or probably I will walk you through in a little later. So the next one is the pricing part. Okay, the Power BI pricing. The Power BI Desktop is free. You can download and install it. Okay, and Power BI Pro is the licensed one. The licensing cost is pretty cheaper. $10 per user per month only it costs. The Power BI Premium is meant for enterprises, not for us. Okay, so in case of highest scalability is required, if they want to load the humongous amount of data, if they want to process huge volume of data, then the Power BI Premium is required. For us to learn Power BI, the Power BI Desktop is more than sufficient. And also Power BI service, the trial period, right, 60 days they are giving it, that is more than sufficient to learn it. If you wanted to extend it, then you can go ahead for Power BI Pro. Every month they charge only $10. All right. So with this, I'm going to wrap up the part 1 of Power BI. Okay. So now I just show you how to install Power BI software. You can also do it side by side. All of you, please go to google.com and type download Power BI desktop. Click on the downloads link. You can just scroll down here, and if you scroll down a little bit, you can find Microsoft Power BI desktop. Click on the advanced download options. If you scroll down a little bit, you can find the download button here. When you click on this, it will take you to the next page, and you can find 64.exe. So I guess all of you have 64-bit, isn't it? Can you please confirm it? If you have 64-bit, you can select this. If you have 32-bit, click on this one. I would suggest you, to download this one. When you click on the next button, it will get downloaded automatically. That's it. Just save it. The installation is pretty simple. Like how you install Excel, the same way, right? You don't have to do any configuration, nothing. Like in Hadoop, we do a lot of configurations, right, to install the ecosystem components. Here it is not like that. It's pretty simple. Once the download gets completed successfully, right? So you need to click on this exe file. It will open up a dialog box. Once it opens the dialog box, you need to click next. That's it. It will get installed in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes time. At the max 10 minutes it will get installed. Once the Power BI desktop get installed successfully, go to your start menu and type Power BI desktop, and you will find the Power BI desktop, and click on the Power BI desktop. It will open. It will launch your Power BI desktop. Just give me a second. Somebody's keep ringing at my door. Give me a second. Sorry guys, I got someone was ringing like anything. Fine. So once, right? So I'll just show you. I'll go back here and I'll show you. Okay, Projects Power BI. That's where I downloaded. You can also do it side by side along with me, no? PBI. Okay, PBI desktop. PBI desktop. Yeah, this is one. I just click on it. Look here. So it will open something like this. In my case, I already installed it. Okay. So all you need to just click next. Don't do anything. Okay. All you need to do is click next. It will get installed successfully. Okay. In a matter of maximum 10 minutes. It will not take more than 5 minutes, but in some cases it will take at the max 10 minutes. That's all. Once you get installed, you need to launch it. When you launch it, you can see something like this. All right. So now I have shown you, right, how to import the data into Power BI desktop. Using the get data, you can import your files. Anyhow, I'll show you the Excel file link. Everything will share it. I'll ask, also I have a couple of guys contact number with me, or I'll ask my people, our staffs, to share the links to GitHub to download all the required data for this training program. So we share the data and reports in two parts. The first part, you will get access today, all the data files that are required to learn the first part. Next month we'll give you access to the other link, wherein you can find the second part related, the data sets and reports, everything. Okay, the Power BI reports also we uploaded it there. And the study material, everything I'll just show you quickly here. I hope you guys must have received the access to our website. Once you go to this website, in the menu you can find everything. So courses, if you keep the cursor on the courses here, and you will find business intelligence courses. The first one you need to select it. On the right side you will find Power BI instructor led course. When you click on this, it will take you here, and you need to use your login credentials. And for example, here I have let me use this one. Just click on something here, okay, and it will take you to the next page. You'll find all the study material here. Okay, so when you keep if you want to go to the next page, you need to click on this one, 2 or 50, second page and third page, fourth page, right? So everything you can see it here. And if you want to download the data set, there are some data sets. We have majority of the data sets you will find it in our GitHub, and there are huge files you can download it from here, and there are other study materials you can find it here. And apart from this, if you want to watch the pre-recorded videos, you can select here. Look here, Power BI self-paced videos are available, courses, and advanced Power BI self-paced. A few Americans, we have a tie-up with them. They uploaded their course here. You can watch this one also to build, to build your skills in advanced level, right? You can watch this one also. Any of this training program also will cover advanced part. Don't worry. Azure, SSIS, Tableau, all these pre-recorded, the courses are available here. You can watch this one also to advance your skills, right? So you can, if you want to go overboard and you want to learn, more, right? So you can go and see it. But anyhow, we'll cover everything. But still, you can go and watch these videos also. If you want to do fast tracking, you can go and learn it. Okay, you don't have to wait every weekend to attend the session. But anyhow, we will share the assignments, everything in the upcoming sessions, and those links and all will be shared. And already I think it's all available in our thing. We'll try to integrate everything also now, because in between we had some server issue. We lost few files on the cloud side. Okay, and we'll try to link everything. But more other study materials, everything is available. Pre-recorded video, everything is available. All right. So any questions so far? In case of any navigation, don't worry. Okay, we are here to help you out. Don't panic. Don't worry. And today evening we will start this session little early. Okay, and yeah, sorry, I was about to tell them. Good that the live sessions video will get recorded and it will be shared on the same day. But we need a time to upload the data in cloud. Okay, because we cannot share it as soon as the session is over. We need at least 3 hours lead time to load it. Okay, So once the data get loaded, the video file get loaded, we will share it. Okay. Good. So good that Vaibhav, you raised it. I was about to tell somehow, because of the noise, some construction is going on here. I got confused. Anyhow, you will get the live session recorded video also, including today's session also. All right. So don't worry. And I request you guys to join little early today, 4:30 p.m. or 4:45 p.m. at least, if you can join it little early, right? We will get started. Okay. But today alone, 4:45 to 7 p.m. the session will be there. From next week and onwards, it will be 5 to 7 p.m. All right. Any more questions? By the way, thanks for joining during weekend also. Okay, and I could see that a lot of enthusiasm to learn or keep yourself up to date with the technology, everything. Right? Good. And okay, fine. Have a nice day. We'll circle back by 4:45 p.m. today. All right. Okay. I'm going to wrap up the session now.